the plural being the plural of excellence, majesty. The Aramaic form in the singular number, il middle dot lie most high, is used at Daniel 7:25. The Greek word high middle dot stos most high, as applying to Jehovah, is employed mainly by Luke, in his Gospel twice in Gabriel's announcement to Mary about the birth of Jesus and in the Acts. 1:32, 35, 76. 6:35. 8:28. Acts 7:48. 16. 17. The other occurrences are at Mark 5:7 and Hebrews 7:1. Most holy. The innermost room of the tabernacle and, later, of the temple. Also called the Holy of Holies. Acts 26:33, ftn. 1 Chi 6. 16th. This compartment in the tabernacle was apparently cubical, each of its three dimensions being 10 cubits 4.5 meters, 14.6 feet. The dimensions of the most holy in the temple built by Solomon were twice those of the tabernacle, so that it was 8 times as large in volume. Acts 26:15, 16, 18, 22, 23. 1 Chi 6. 16, 17, 20. 2 Ch 3. 8. The high priest entered the most holy only on the annual Day of Atonement. At no time could any other person go beyond the curtain that hung between this room and the holy place. 16. 2 In the most holy the high priest was surrounded by the colorful embroidered cherubs on the tabernacle's inner covering and on the curtain. Acts 26. 1, 31, 33. In Solomon's temple the walls and ceiling were of cedar wood covered with gold, and cherubs, palm tree figures, gourd-shaped ornaments, and blossoms were engraved on the walls. 1 Chi 6. 16-18, 29. 2 Ch 3. 7, 8. The scriptures outline 3 entries of the high priest into the most holy on Atonement Day. First with the golden censer of perfumed incense, fired by coals from off the altar. A second time with the blood of the bull, the sin offering for the priestly tribe. And finally with the blood of the goat, the sin offering for the people. 16. 11-15. Hob 9. 6, 7, 25. He sprinkled the blood of the animals on the ground before the golden ark of the covenant, on the cover of which were golden cherubs, and above which cover Jehovah's presence was symbolized by a cloud. Acts 25. 17-22. 16. 2, 14, 15. That cloud evidently shone as a bright light, being the sole light for this compartment of the tabernacle. O textoi acute miritra longo. Moth 442 confirmed that the atonement sacrifices offered by the Jewish high priest were now no longer of value, and there was no need for the services of the Levitical priesthood anymore. Mount 27. 51. 23. 38. Hob 9. 1-15. Symbolic use. The most holy compartment in the tent of meeting, or the tabernacle, contained the Ark of the Covenant. The cover of that ark surmounted by 2 golden cherubs represented God's throne. Therefore the most holy was used, figuratively, to represent the dwelling place of Jehovah God, heaven itself. The inspired letter to the Hebrews gives us this interpretation of matters when it compares the entry of Israel's high priest into the most holy one day a year, on the Day of Atonement, with the entry of the great high priest Jesus Christ into what the most holy symbolized, once for all time with his sacrifice for sins. It explains. Into the second compartment the most holy the high priest alone enters once a year, not without blood, which he offers for himself and for the sins of ignorance of the people. This very tent is an illustration for the appointed time that is now here. However, when Christ came as a high priest of the good things that have come to pass, through the greater and more perfect tent not made with hands, that is, not of this creation, he entered, no, not with the blood of goats and of young bulls, but with his own blood, once for all time into the holy place, and obtained an everlasting deliverance for us. Therefore it was necessary that the typical representations of the things in the heavens should be cleansed by these means, blood of animal sacrifices sprinkled on them, but the heavenly things themselves with sacrifices that are better than such sacrifices. For Christ entered, not into a holy place made with hands, which is a copy of the reality, but into heaven itself, now to appear before the person of God for us. Hope 9. 7-12, 23, 24. So Jesus Christ as the great high priest according to the manner of Melchizedek fulfilled what Israel's high priest of the line of Aaron could do only typically when entering into the earthly most holy. Hope 9. 24. The spiritual brothers of Christ, joint heirs with him, are strengthened by the words of the same letter to the Hebrews, that we who have fled to the refuge may have strong encouragement to lay hold on the hope set before us. This hope we have as an anchor for the soul, both sure and firm, and it enters in within the curtain, where a forerunner has entered in our behalf, Jesus, who has become a high priest according to the manner of Melchizedek forever. Hope 6. 18-20. Again, Paul encouraged these Christians to feel fully free and confident to approach God and to hold fast to their hope without wavering by these further words. Therefore,